Peace, infinite waters diving deep once again. We are out here in nature. We got the birds everywhere. We got the sun up there massaging my face. Feels good. Someone wrote to me saying that they feel like a failure. Is that you out there? Was that you that wrote that in? They asked, how does one still succeed when you failed at school? Wait a minute. Let's just... Woo! Breathing in that good ass prana, baby. Do you feel like a complete failure? I failed at this. I failed at that. And now you just tripped over. You failed at that too. And we ain't even had breakfast yet. Can I get a hello? Okay. Much love to the beautiful deep divers out there. Let me share with you what helped me along my journey. Now, I was always one of those kinds of people that would say, it could never happen to me. And guess what? It didn't, until I started to stop saying that. Okay? It only happens to those people, Ralph. No, it doesn't. Berry Gordy, have you heard of him? Berry Gordy Jr.? The founder of Motown Records. Now check this out. He dropped out of college when he was young and he wanted to pursue a career in boxing, in the army. It wasn't working. So he borrowed $800 from his parents to start Motown Records. Very, very successful recording company. Ralph Lauren. Heard of him? Fashion designer, of course you have. Worth billions. He dropped out of college. Aretha Franklin, great singer. She dropped out. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs, Richard Branson. All of these people made it happen for them. Let me go through 10 steps to still succeed, even when you feel you failed at everything. Like, can we please stop failing? Because we go through this educational system and we are always being graded from since we were small, right? A, B, C, D, E, F, fail. Oh my gosh. I'm here to tell you, when you stop allowing society to define your level of success, what success means to you, you will go very far. Slow motion this side. So the first step that helped me along my journey was to realize life is not happening to me. Life is responding to me, my thoughts, words, and actions. A lot of us, we just don't get this, that life is not something that happens to you. You aren't a victim of circumstance. And for a long time, I didn't get it because I thought I was. I thought, is it because I'm black? I thought, is it because I was born in London? I realized all of these are man-made concepts. Right now, anybody can get it. You see, what happens when you start feeling life is happening to you? You feel like a victim. When you feel like a victim, what happens? You start making, what, Ralph? A whole load of excuses. And then what, Ralph? Well, then you start justifying your behavior. You're like, well, I'm a failure anyway. I'm a victim anyway. My teachers always had it in for me since I was small. I used to think that, okay? I wanted to do physiotherapy and I didn't get the grades to do it. Okay? In biology, that is, right? So I opted for psychology instead. Now, my life could have been really different because I could have been massaging you. Think of that for a moment. Oh, Ralph, stop that. Look. Life is not happening to me. I realized that life is an echo of your innermost feelings, thoughts, and sentiments. When you realize everything you are attracting into your life is based around how you feel about yourself. So when I used to feel like life was happening to me, I started to create a lot of situations that were justifying and giving me a lot of evidence for that belief. When I said, no, life is responding to me, then I started to see a lot of evidence for that too. A great state of what I call pronoia, which is where the whole universe is working in your favor. Because you're just that special. What's the second step to still succeed, even though you might have failed at college, school, life in general? The mirror. Mirror, mirror on the wall. Okay? Was it really like that? Mandela effect. Go and check that out. It's changed, right? People will come in and out of your life, but you will always have to face you in the mirror. And I started to realize this because friends, were they really friends or really acquaintances, would come into my life, and then the next month I would never see them again. So I was like, who can I turn to in these really hard testing times? Okay, I realized the secret. You've got to create the best relationship with yourself to succeed when you feel you have failed. Because when you feel like a failure, let's face it, you're going to start turning in on yourself. You're not going to want to look at yourself in the mirror. Certain times you might seek external validation from friends, and what if they disappear? Then that means your self-worth has disappeared too. Slow motion this side. So I started to realize this, that you've got to start giving yourself back the self-worth you know you are worthy of by saying, look, people will come in and out of my life. People will come in and then leave. But I will always have to wake up every single day and face myself in the mirror. So I got to start, number 3, the third step, being kinder to myself. Can you become your own cheerleader just for 5 seconds, please? 1, 2, 3, that's better. Come on, let's do the cheerleading exercise out here in nature. That feels so good, feels great, right? I am my own greatest fan, okay? I realize this secret. As long as you are your own greatest fan, you will always succeed, even though you might feel like a failure. We are our greatest friend, but that also means we can become our own worst enemy. And I'm here to tell you, if you feel like, okay, you've got no job right now, no relationship right now, nowhere to live right now, gosh, it's pretty bad for you. Get a sense of humor. Be kinder to yourself in the words you use to say, look, I've got something that you are going to be surprised about. See, that's how I used to talk to myself back in the day. And I started to see my life change. Because I was laughing at myself. I was being kinder to myself. If you are very harsh to yourself, like slapping yourself over the head, you failure, failure, failure. Ow, ow. It's going to be really painful. Don't do it, right? Now, 7-Day Vegan Challenge, the 4th step that helped me to succeed, even when I used to think I was a failure at one point, was to realize this. You see, many of us, we feel we are failing in life because we are focusing on way too many things. Like we are multitasking, and multitasking sucks because we aren't going to be able to do everything. We can do a little bit, but we can't do everything all at once. So when it comes to food, healthy eating, what happens? Many of us don't realize this, that if you just change one area of your life, start with food, all the other areas of your life will start to fall into place in a beautiful way. Happened to me. I said, okay, right now, the time I never had a job many, many years ago, I don't have a job right now. I'm waking up not feeling too inspired right now. I don't know what to do right now. So I'm just gonna pass me those mangoes right now. Pass me those grapes right now. It's time to make a smoothie right now, because so long as I am drinking this beautiful acai smoothie filled with beautiful antioxidants, so long as I'm eating spirulina and chia seeds, I am gonna start feeling better about myself. Just by changing that one area, you now start to have a new level of confidence. You start to feel like, at least I've made it in one area of my life. And that is a beautiful feeling, okay? Number 5, the 5th step to succeed even though you feel you have failed is to create a vision. You see, most people don't have a vision. It's almost as if society has, oh my God, society has got into your head and taken out your imagination, your vision, your ideas. What am I doing here right now? What have I just done? I have started to say life is happening to me. I don't blame society. Society is built up of you and I. We are society. I've realized you've got to start taking responsibility. So that's what I did. I'm a dropout of the Matrix, by the way. Okay, how about that? I realized this, when you create a vision, and it helps because I'm a Pisces and left-handed too, right? Left-handed. When you create a vision, what are you doing? You are now creating a new reality for yourself. You're saying this default reality that all of us are born into, that's why a lot of us feel we're failures, because we are trying to live up to an imaginary standard which doesn't even exist. So I started to create a vision. I said, okay, I want to inspire people. I want to inspire people right now. I'm feeling so inspired right now. I just want to, and I realized, okay, I'm in Starbucks. What am I doing here? Ran out of there, went into nature. I felt more inspired. I started to have this vision that I could create a platform which could really help other people become their greatest versions. Now, take in mind, I hadn't started Infinite Waters. I was still just dreaming about it, but it helped because I had a vision. The vision will give you the direction. It will lead you to where you need to be in your life. Can I get a hello there right now, right? So that's what I did. And when you create a vision, you start to get more excited about life. You start to get more enthusiastic. Your vision is what will help you get out of bed every single day. No vision, no life. Okay, I got the vision, Ralph. Now what? Number 6, what helped me? Because you might be thinking, I'm still a failure, Ralph. Here's why. Most people don't invest in their vision. This camera I'm recording from, when I bought it, was $3,000, a 4K camera. Now, I had to invest because I knew this tool will help me go to the next level. Every new level requires a different version of yourself. Slow motion this side. Most people just aren't willing to invest in their vision. They say it's too expensive. Oh yeah, it's gonna be. Because if you don't put that money up, you're not gonna get any return on your investment. You're not gonna get anything back if you aren't willing to give anything. So, what are you good at, Rat? What are you good at right now? What are you good at right now? It could be dancing, singing, science. It could be acting. It could be cinematography, architecture, quantum physics, invest in that. The little money you have, or maybe you've got a lot, use that to maybe buy books about that topic, to become an expert on it, okay? And that's how you become a master. That's how a lot of people who dropped out of college, people like your Bill Gates, okay? They were just addicted to computers, to software, nerds, okay? But at the same time, if you can realize the more you invest, the more you will start to see results, because it's all about what you are willing to give. That's how the universe rewards us, based on what we are willing to give. You will be compensated, but you got to give something first. And number 7, what helped me was to act on my vision. You see, once you, okay, now you're not feeling like a failure. You're not feeling like a failure? That's great. Act on your vision. Don't just visualize and then invest in your vision. You got to act. And here's where it gets pretty tricky, because you see, even when you are acting on your vision, I was in the beginning, you saw me in nature when I had the massive afro. Do you remember those days? Original deep divers? Yeah, I remember you, Ralph. You didn't even comb your hair. Exactly. Okay. It was hard, not hard, but hard, because I still wasn't going anywhere. But the more you act on your vision, the more you create passion. And the passion is the driving catalyst that helps you manifest your true dreams and your true desires. Slow motion this side. You have to realize, even though you are acting on your vision, there are still going to be ups and downs. You see, what if I told you there was no such thing as failure? Only stepping stones to help you become your greatest version. Only different ways of how to discover how not to do something. What if I told you that sometimes people who fail and can fail gracefully will tell you that they've learned so much by failing, even more than succeeding? What if I told you that? Well, sorry, Ralph, I wasn't listening because I'm listening to some music right now. Well, take your earphones off, right? Take them out, okay? So I started to change how I saw failure, because I'm like, all of these people dropped out of college. People like Ralph Lauren, yet they went on to create so much value for people and inspire millions of people and become very rich doing it. So I started to realize, look, you got to really start acting on your vision, realizing there's always going to be ups and there's always going to be downs. That's okay. It's okay to feel like a failure. The question is, if we go on to number 8, how are you going to deal with it? When you say I'm a failure, what are you going to do about it? You see, attitude is the determining factor when it comes to feeling like a failure or not. I skate. I grew up skateboarding. Now I freeline skate. And when I fall on my ass, I'm like, okay, am I a failure? No, because at least I tried it. Want to know the difference between a master and a student? The master has failed even more times than the student has tried. Kung Fu for you. Slow motion that side. Okay. Attitude is everything. If you don't have a good attitude, I feel sorry for you. Because I've been making videos for a long time, and a lot of times, sometimes things go wrong. Computers break down, equipment breaks down, website goes down. And I'm like, okay, don't worry, Ralph, you'll live to see another day. If I didn't say that, I would still be crying right now. And I would still be in that old position. I'm moving forward now because I realize what attitude is. Attitude is what I call the X factor. It is what separates failure from success. Just attitude. That's it. Number 9, what helped me when I used to feel like a failure? still succeed is to sometimes take a break from social media. I know it's hard to do because Infinite Waters is always diving deep. Those lives, people who are living those kind of lifestyles, okay, it's not the whole truth. Many people are filtering their reality. They're showing you what they want you to see. Okay, when they take a perfect selfie and all that. So what I used to do was like turn off social media for a few hours every single day. I know it's hard, but then you will discover more about the truth of who you are, instead of always looking at other people's lives their life, Ralph, what? Their lives just seem so much better than mine. I just feel like a failure right now. And I'm like, look, they don't even live like that. Don't worry about it. Or maybe they do. And maybe they worked really hard to get there. But you've got to start focusing on yourself. And the reason why, for me, taking a break from Facebook and all of that kind of social media was great was because I realized I was wasting a lot of time on it. And I was also comparing myself to other people, right? So I had to stop using it so addictively. And now I use social media, but it's only to empower myself and other people. So ask yourself, is your addiction to social media making you feel like a failure because you are seeing everyone make it? Find yourself first and then start coming back to social media. And number 10 is to realize this, baby, that your story is not over yet. What? Say it again, Ralph. Your story is not over yet. Once again, we have already been written in a kind of story from the moment you're born. You're given a name, which is your character, your persona in this human form. And then they're like, okay, you're going to do this, go to this school. You didn't even choose that. Forget about it. Shut up. Right? Go to that school. You're going to go to... Oh my gosh, your whole life is being planned out. And we think this is our story. And I had to say, no, stop. And then I had to start rewriting my story. You can change your story at any time. You can rewrite it. And when you feel like a failure, just realize that it's because you are still believing in the old character they created for you. So once again, become whoever you want to become, and then just say, feels so good to be alive, baby. Can I get a hello? We are out here in the harder nature. Have a beautiful day. We're just, getting high. Infinite waters, diving deep once again. Stay well, stay healthy. Peace. You.